Hello everyone. We already discussed about how to install and how to run the Django project and all. Now we will discuss about how to define routes with custom endpoints and routes means here we have our server. This is our local host address. For example, I given something like about. Let's see what it happens. Here it gives page not found error because this page is not existed, means this path is not defined. To define that path, we have a file in our project folder that is urls.py. We are already know that URL means for example, previously we've seen that about page is not found. For that, we need to add path here for that about page. Let us see one example. In our project folder, in a urls.py, we have a set named URL patterns. In that, we need to define our paths. For example, yeah, let's go with about only. This is our path. And next, we need to call our files. Means in the about path, what content we need to display that will be mentioned here. For that, we have views. We already know that views are views. Here we can have a for that purpose we need to create views. For that, first we have to create a file name that is views.py. This is a Python file which includes all the views. For example, we need to define, if we want to define like about page. In this, we have to pass this variable request. And then now I want to display a message. Welcome to Django. For that, whenever the user requests, it will returns that message. That is by HTTP response. For that, first we need to import that from Django.http module. From Django.http import HTTP response. Now we will use it here. Response. Yeah. Now what we want to display is welcome to Django. This is the message I want to display in the page. Here now in urls.py, in the about page, I want to display that message so that views dot what is the function we have written there about page. Here we can see, we will observe that views means views is not defined here. It is saying views is not defined. First, for that first we need to import views dot import views. Yeah, now it is fine. In this way, we have to initialize our paths and define paths. Here dot means this is the current directory. It represents current directory. And use is our file name. Use dot file name. And next, let us run the server once and check the about path. We have this. Refresh. Yeah. Now first terminate one server and then restart it. Here we are saying this because there is no path like this. We have created a path named about. In the about function, what the message we are wrote there? Welcome to Django. We are written there. Let's show me it once. In views.py, our message is welcome to Django. This is our message that is successfully displayed on our server, the path of about. In this way, we need to define our paths and views. And next, let us tell me about the syntax of path function. Path, this is the function name. And then here we need to specify root name. Root name means whatever the name you want to give into your project means path that will mention here. And then views dot. Here views means our Python file which contain all the views dot function name. What is the function you want to display when hitting that root? That need to mention here. This is your our path function syntax. And we can also give name to our path. Means we have another like inside this we can also give name to our path also. Example about this is useful when we want to navigate through the name, then that time it will be helpful. And next, let us see another example like in this view, we are written a message. For example, def. Next what? For example, display JSON. If you want to display a JSON like data, you can also display this. For that, we want JSON response function. What is that? JSON response. We have to import it first. And then next here, I am taking one variable data and then we already JSON format means it's like a dictionary format in Python. It contains key and keypad values. Key and values space. And here name is the, and for example here Raju. I am writing here. And then return JSON response of data. Okay, this is the function which we return JSON response. For this function, we have to give a path. How to give a path? In url.py, we have to give path by using path function. For this, I am giving JSON as path and then views. From the views file, what we are importing means what the function we are using here for JSON display. JSON is our function here. Okay. We created our function to display JSON format function data, and we also set up path to our view as well. And let me run the server once, and we will check the JSON format is displaying or not. Here why it is showing like this? Here we don't have any data to display for the empty one. What is our path here? JSON. Here we can observe that our JSON format data is displayed successfully. Okay, in this way we will display JSON format data to it. And now we will discuss how to create templates and all. Templates are nothing but templates is a folder that contain all the HTML pages. For that, first we want a folder named templates. This is our folder. After creating a template folder, we need to register that folder. We can also display HTML file data. For that purpose, we want to render HTML files to our views. So that we need templates folder. In that, we will contain all the HTML pages. Let me create one file here. Like we already have home.html I am creating. Here, if we type like this, it will give HTML structure. Here I am giving one h1 tag. And the h1 tag content is I am writing welcome to the Django world. I am writing this content. I want to display this content in the home.html place. Now we will see how to render this page. For rendering, for displaying HTML page content, we have to render that template. For that, we have to import render from Django shortcuts. From Django dot shortcuts import render, which will help us to render the def. I am writing home here. Next, request and then return render of request, comma, what is our HTML file name? home.html. In this way, we have to define our view for the HTML page. After this, we need to do a thing that is for displaying output. We need to register our templates folder. For that, go to settings tab. In that we have a templates list. Yeah, here we can observe that this is a template list. Here we have a dirs pair, which is dirs means directories. Which directory we are created now? Templates. So templates. We need to register this here. Okay. And next, if you don't register this, we not register this, the server is not running, means it will get some error. This is not displaying the content like that. And now we will break our server once, and then we are missed one thing. That is, we are created a page and HTML page, and you also created. But to display that content, we need to create a path for that. So that path, I am here. The path name is home, and then what is the function we are you defined in views? That is home. Yeah. Now it will working. Let us check it is displaying or not. In the home part, what message it need to hit means welcome to Django world. We need to see that. In which path? Home path. Let us see it once. Check it once. How it will be. Next. Now what is our path here? Home is our path to display our home page content. Yeah, here we can observe that this is the message we are written in our HTML page. You can observe it here. Welcome to Django world. In the home path, this is the home path. What is the message we are contained? Welcome Django world. In this way, we can render and display messages, how to display string messages, and how to display JSON messages, and how to render template like that, and we are discussing now. And this is for usefulness. Control C. This is for breaking the server. If you want to clear all the content of the terminal, you can use this command. This will remove all the previous ones. And now let us see what we are discussing now. Path function. This is for defining paths. After that, what we are created a views.py file, which is for defining views. Means it means functional views or class views and all. And then we are seeing that how to define paths also. And then we are also discussed how to display string, how to display strings by using HTTP response. And then how to display JSON content by JSON response. And then how to display templates means HTML file contents by using render. Yeah, this is all about today's this lecture. Thank you.